I'm going to say something that's going to make a lot of people uncomfortable, and I don't care because someone needs to say it and everyone else is too scared to. Like, love is the only thing that matters. That sentence, that one sentence, has destroyed more men than any drug or war or any failure ever could, quietly and slowly with a smile on its safe face. And today I'm going to tell you exactly why and exactly what it cost me before I figure it out. Here, let me paint you a picture. You grew up being told certain things by your parents, school, movies, every song on the radio, and social media by the entire machine of modern society. Like, follow your passion, money doesn't buy happiness, love is all you need, just be yourself, do whatever makes you happy. And you absorb all of it, of course you did, because you're young, you trusted the people telling you these things, why wouldn't you? But I need you to stop for a second and actually think about what these ideas are doing to you. Because here's what I've noticed, and I know this is going to sound super controversial, and I know some of you are already ready to close the video, but stay with me. Every single one of those messages has one thing in common. They are feminine values being sold to men as universal truths. And before anyone misunderstands me, I am not saying feminine values are bad, I'm not a misogyn. For women, these values are beautiful, they make sense. Relationships, emotional connections, love and nurturing, these are things that genuinely matter and belong in the feminine world, but they are being handed to men as if they are the blueprint for a man's life, and they are not. The society, and I'll make a whole separate video on this because it goes deeper, way deeper, has a very specific interest in making men softer, more passive, more focused on feelings than on building. And the love is all matters message is one of the most effective tools for doing that, and it worked for me for a very long period of time. It worked. I used to be that guy. I genuinely believe that if I just love hard enough, kind enough, and show up enough, everything else will fall into place. Like, money didn't matter, looks didn't matter, no status, just love, man, connection. And then I was wrong, completely, embarrassingly wrong, and the reality didn't let me stay wrong forever, fortunately. Now, the world also tells you to love yourself. I think you've heard that as well. You've heard that 1,000 times, and here's the problem. Nobody explains what that actually means. So when you hear love yourself, what does your brain do with it? You think, oh, okay, so I should do what I enjoy, what makes me feel good, what's the most comfortable, which translates to sleep in, play video games, smoke weed, eat junk, and whatever it is, like not suffering, avoiding discomfort, and so on. And that is one of the most dangerous misunderstandings a young man can have, especially in the young age. Because that is not love, that's indulgence. Those are two completely different things. Let me give you an example that actually makes this clear. Think about your mother, someone you genuinely love, a parent, sibling, Now imagine you found out they started smoking a pack a day every single day. Would you say like, well, they love themselves, so I support it. It makes them happy in the moment. Of course not, you'd be worried. You'd want them to stop because you love them. You want better for them, not just comfort for them. Now flip it. Imagine you found out the same person started going to the gym, eating well, like taking their health seriously. You'd feel proud. You'd encourage them because that's what love looks like when it's real. It wants the best version of the person, not the most comfortable. And that is what loving yourself actually means. It means wanting the best from yourself. It means being willing to make yourself uncomfortable because you love the person you're becoming enough to put in the work. It means not accepting a mediocre version of your own life just because the mediocre version is easier. Like, playing video games all day is not self-love. Avoiding the gym is not. Staying in your comfortable zone and calling it peace, it's not self-love. That's self-abandonment dressed up in comfortable language. The real self-love is brutal, is discipline. It holds you to a standard partner that doesn't let you off the hook when you want to quit. Like, this discipline is the best form of self-love. That's the version nobody talks about, but that's the only version that actually works. Alright, so let's get to the part that I really need you to hear. If you are living by the love is all that matters code, if that is genuinely your operating system, then here are two scenarios waiting for you, and don't worry, you're going to lose in both of them. So the first one is that you find a girl, you find one despite being unbuilt, unfocused, like without a purpose. Find someone who accepts you. Maybe she's attracted to your softness at first because, as I said, you're not a good version of yourself. You found it despite being that. And maybe it feels like you finally found it, the love you were chasing. And then the dynamic sets in, because here's something nobody talks about honestly. Attraction follows polarity. The masculine attracts the feminine, and the feminine attracts the masculine. This is not an option. This is not a cultural preference. This is how it works at a fundamental level. The moment you operate from a deeply feminine place, prioritizing love above everything, being emotionally led, having no direction of your own, you'll either repel a woman who are feminine, or you'll attract women who are more masculine than you. And if you attract a woman who is more masculine than you, she will run the relationship completely. She will make every decision, she will set every boundary, will lead every dynamic. It's going to be the boss, and you are going to follow, because that's what happens when the polarity is inverted. Like, you're becoming her dog, and you'll stay because you're attached, because she's the love you are chasing. And leaving feels like losing the only thing that you said mattered. And she will do exactly what she wants with you, with the relationship, with everything, until one day she gets bored, because women are not attracted to men they can fully control, even if they control them, and she leaves, or she stays, and the relationship becomes a slow, quiet disaster. And when it ends, or when it hollows out into nothing, you will fall apart, because you built your entire world around one person instead of around yourself, and now the world is gone. That's the first scenario. The second one is when you don't fight a girl, you chase and nothing comes back. The love you're running toward keeps moving further away, and slowly you start to feel the emptiness with whatever is available. Like, for me, and I'll be honest, because that's the whole point of this channel, it was video games, corn, gooning. It was hours and hours of instant gratification, because I didn't know how to sit with the emptiness and do something productive with it. I was lucky, didn't have access to war things like drugs. I wasn't in an environment where drugs were normal. But think about your environment for a second, honestly. Do you have people around you who drink to escape, who smoke, who use things to numb out? Because as I said, or I didn't said, you're the sum of the 5 people you are staying. If you have like 5 friends who are doing drugs, you're most likely to become the 6th one. And that's exactly how it works if they have good habits and so on. You got the point. Because if the emptiness is deep enough and the habits around you are destructive enough, that is where scenario 2 ends. Not with love, not with happiness, with addiction and depression. A version of yourself you won't recognize. And I'm not saying this to scare you, I'm saying this because it almost happened to me. And the only reason I didn't is geography and luck. Not strength, not character, a bit of luck, and I'm pretty thankful for this. You might not be as lucky, so understand this clearly. Running for love as your primary goal does not end in love, it ends in agony, because it is a naive worldview colliding with a reality that does not care about your feelings. And here's the thing about reality. It always hits, and it will always will, without exception. Luckily for me, it hit at 60.5, and I'm genuinely deeply grateful for that, because it hit early enough that I could do something about it. I had time, energy, and some room to rebuild. But for some people, maybe for you, if you're not careful, it might hit at 20, 25, 30, maybe 45. And I want you to actually seek with that version for a moment, because I think most people hear and think that won't be me, but I will be something watching this right now. It will be something watching this right now. Statistically physically, and it will be someone. Picture it. You're 45, you never really worked on yourself. You spent your 20s and 30s chasing someone, bending yourself into whatever shape will make them say, sacrificing your ambitions and your growth and identity for a relationship that was never built on solid ground to begin with. And now you're sitting there, maybe with a beer, maybe with a woman who doesn't respect you, who never respected you, because you never gave her a reason to. You gave her everything except the one thing that would have made her stay. A man with a spine, a man with a direction, who chose himself, and you didn't. And you watch a video like this one, and something in your chest cracks open, and you think, he's right. God, he's right, what do I do now? And the answer is, there's barely any time at 45. Maybe if you're 30, maybe you still have time, but a little, but barely. And the window that was wide open at 16, 18, 20, that window's almost closed. Wasn't it better to wake up earlier? And isn't it better to wake up now if you're young? Is it better to hear this today, whatever age you are, than 5 years for now? The pain of discipline is nothing compared to the pain of regret. Nothing. Let's say you are 20 years old. What do you choose? You choose 10 years of parties for the next years of pain, or there is 5 years of pain for 50 years of freedom. That's your choice, man. So, what's the alternative? I'm not telling you to become cold. I'm not telling you that love doesn't exist or that relationships don't matter. Of course they do. But the real love, the kind that actually lasts, the kind that's built on respect and attraction and genuinely connection, that is a result. It is not a goal. You don't chase love, you build yourself into someone who attracts it naturally as a byproduct of becoming excellent. So, what do you actually chase? Well, you chase yourself. You wake up and you ask, what does the best version of me look like? And then you build toward that with everything you have. You train your body not for a goal, just for yourself, because a strong body builds a strong mind, and a strong mind makes a strong life. You build financially, learning skills, creating something, and you become someone who has direction and drive and a reason to get up in the morning that isn't dependent on another person's mood. You stop asking, does she like me, and start asking, am I becoming someone worth liking? You'd be selfish. It might sound selfish, but I mean that in the most serious way possible. Not cruel, not inconsiderable, but genuinely and unashamedly focused on your own growth first, because you cannot pour from an empty cup. And right now, most of you are completely empty, running around trying to give love you don't even have for yourself yet. So, build the foundation first. So I'll say it one more time so it lands. Love is all that matters. This is one of the most dangerous lies a young man can believe. Not because love is bad, but because chasing it as your purpose before you've built anything, before you become anyone, it will hollow you completely. Reality is coming for you either way. The only question is whether you're ready when it arrives. I wasn't ready at first, but I got lucky. It came for me early. Wake up. So man, don't wait for luck. Wake up now, build now, choose yourself now. I hope this hit you the way I needed to, and yeah, see you in the next one.